Welcome back to the program. Good morning, Abuja. We've been having an amazing time this morning. Our conversation is going to be about the girl child, and this is in commemoration of the International Day for the Girl Child, which is the 11th of October of every year. This year's celebration is centered around the vision of the girl child, and we are going to be delving into a conversation that captures the essence of conceiving a vision and executing that vision so that the future of the girl child will be guaranteed, and of course our society will be a better place. I am joined in the studio this morning by a young international human rights ambassador who happens to be also a girl child, and of course she's amongst many other things a poet, a writer, and someday in the nearest future we hope to say we will be celebrating her as a doctor. This morning, please join me as I warmly welcome to our studio Kosiso Chuku Peace Asogwa. Good morning.
Morning.
Yes, you're welcome to our studio.
Thanks for having me.
Yes. Now, you are an ambassador for the girl child, an international ambassador, which means you have had some experiences or some stories shared with you or personally experienced as regards some of the difficulties that the girl child undergoes. So, my question now is, what are some of the challenges you feel the girl child faces?
Challenges the girl child face.
Yes, exactly.
Now, there are a lot of challenges the girl child face. First of all, I'll start from the birth.
Okay.
Gender inequality.
Okay.
Then I would say let's bring it up to human trafficking. As we all know, human trafficking is the recruitment, transportation, transfer, harboring or receipt of persons by means of threats, use of force, and all other forms of coercion, of abduction, of fraud, of deception, of the abuse of power or position, of the vulnerability of the giving or receiving of payment, or the benefit of achieving the concept of a person, having control over another person for the purpose of exploitation. Exploitation can also be at a minimum, exploitation of the prostitution of others, and all other forms of sexual exploitation, like forced labor or services, slavery or practices similar to slavery, servitude, or the removal of organs. Now, girl child face a lot of challenges. In our society, I think you agree with me that the rates of human trafficking that happen to girls are more than the ones that happen to boys. Then the girl child face rape. Now, I know of a girl that was deceived and transported to Libya and was forced to sleep with 20 men in a day. And I also know of another girl that every night she was constantly raped by her father. And she did not break the culture of silence because they have told it on her that if she breaks the culture of silence, one thing or the other will happen.
These are very, very serious challenges there. But now, as an ambassador, what are some of the things you did, you're doing, or you hope to do in giving voice and hope to the girl child?
Most especially, I will talk about education activism.
Okay.
For the marginalized.
Oh.
Because you see many people on the streets hawking, many children, especially girls, hawking, doing one thing or the other. They are supposed to be in school learning. Education is so important. Nelson Mandela said education is like a key that can open doors to a greater future in Nigeria. Indeed, education is so important. It's education, according to the Article 26 of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Education should be free. Primary school should be free. We should all learn about the United Nations and how to get on with others. Our parents can choose what we learn. But in our present day society, many children are not going to school. In Oxano Foundation, we have a big dream.
Okay.
And we need a lot of help to make it come true. We want every child in the society. We don't want any child to be hawking. We want every child to attend school.
Okay.
We want every child to have a good education.
Okay. Aside your educational drive, What other advocacy do you have going on to help the girl child? Like you shared with us the story of your friend, or the girls you know who were transported to Libya and who were being raped, the one that was being raped by her father.
Yes.
What advocacy do you have to make such a thing not happen again?
Okay, thank you for that wonderful question. We have online safety.
Okay,
Now, I this online safety, I use it to teach myself and teach my peers
okay,
that we should not look at download or copy improper or bad material. If we see something improper or if we experience something that upsets us, we should quickly tell our parents, guardians, and counselors.
okay,
We should not share personal information about ourselves. We should not share naked or improper pictures, videos, or recordings of ourselves or anyone else.
okay,
We should not arrange to meet anyone in person that we met online
okay,
without permission from our parents, guardians, and counselors.
okay,
We should not accept to make a phone conversation with someone with them we met online without permission from our parents, guardians, and counselors. And as a person under the age 18, we should follow our parents or
guidance and
parent
counselors.
on when and how to use the computer. And
Amazing.
we should not use the computer for anything illegal.
That is very true.
Because
Using
now the new trend is using the computer to attract victims.
Well, the crimes online are getting real, and in fact, a lot of people are falling victims. That is why our guest this morning is speaking about how the girl child can protect herself from some of those predators there that are faceless, mostly hiding behind the screen boards or the screens and of computers or phones or tablets to perpetrate very heinous crimes. Let me ask you now. When I saw your CV, it was loaded. You are also a poet. Now, is is poetry one of the ways which you express yourself in bringing voice to the situations of the girl child? And how did you come about this talent?
Yes, poems is one of the ways. And my mentor, Father Williams Obi, he was his writing inspired me to start my poems. He writes poems also. And poems is a more easy way to make people listen to you.
Hmm.
You know, people pay attention when they see you and when they hear you saying things meaningful.
Hmm. So now, um, the poems you've written, are they addressing issues of the girl child?
Yes.
Do you mind sharing one of the poems with us?
Yes. Whose girl child?
Okay.
Whose girl child is constantly raped and slaughtered? Whose girl child has learned to cry all day, walk miles and miles on premature bones? Which toothless child has learned to chew grains and sip spirit with spirits? Whose child must now learn a trade? Whose girl child has to thresh the risky part of hustlers? Whose girl child must now be exported for gains and thresh till tainted dollar notes appear? Whose girl child is constantly maltreated and plundered? Whose gender is discriminated simply because she was born a girl child? Whose girl child is crying left alone on the street beside the stagnant gutters, dressed naked and prepared, waiting to be raped and slaughtered at will? Whose girl child has to whimper day long, hammed mouthful too soon of adult lies? Whose girl child is in prison, in her own home, lacerated, abandoned, and elated, guilty of all count charges? Whose girl child is denied the right to life, the right to be girl or woman and still be human? This is the girl child of the society, too sophisticated to be human.
Well, that was really, really touching. That I don't know. I'm feeling somehow now. You have a way with words. We must give you that, and that was really beautiful.
Thank
As
you.
much as it draws our attention to the challenges of the girl child, we need to awaken to some of those problems. So let's talk about challenges now. You are a teenage ambassador, and you represent a foundation known as the Oxano Foundation, right? So, are there any challenges that you have encountered in trying to advocate for the girl child? And are there any special projects that you need attention drawn to?
Yes, we are on the education activism. It's for the marginalized. Education is important.
Yes.
So we're drawing attention because in Nigeria, we have a big dream in Nigeria and we need the help of people to make them come true.
Okay.
Right now, a lot of people in Nigeria, especially those in urban, poor, and rural community, can't go back or start school because of money problem associated with the current economic hardship.
Hmm.
I believe that every child deserves a chance to learn, to dream, and to build a better future for themselves, their family, and their society.
Hmm.
That's why I am passionate about advocating for education activism.
Amazing, amazing. Wow, you're doing so much. Okay, let me ask now because we are running out of time. What about when you mentioned earlier about the gender inequality? Why we do not have any say in how we were born? I did not get a chance to choose if I wanted to be a girl or a boy. Neither did you.
Yes.
Yeah, so that was beyond us. But having been born now, you mentioned one of the challenges of the girl child being the fact that the gender inequality affects her greatly as she's mostly victimized, kidnapped, illegally transported, or emigrated, and all of that. So, now tell us, what are you doing about that?
Gender inequality.
Yes.
Um,
How? What are you going to do to make sure that more girls don't fall victims?
Oxana Foundation, we are raising awareness. Now, our first human right says we are all born free and equal.
Hmm.
Meaning we are all born free. We all have our own different thoughts and ideas, but we should all be treated in the same way. So, me advocating for human rights, I am still raising awareness on gender inequality.
Okay. Well, there you have it. We've been speaking with an amazing personality, a teen ambassador representing the Oxano Foundation. She is Kosisa Chukupis Asogwa. She's a poet, an international human rights ambassador, a writer, and a future doctor. And of course, today is the International Day for the Girl Child, which is why she's here with us in the studio to lend her voice to the call to develop a vision for the girl child and ensure that that vision is met and executed. Personally, I have my own advocacy I do for the girl child, and that is a simple advocacy. Menstrual pad should be free for all girls. They should not buy it. They should not have to spend 1 naira buying it. In fact, we should have it
Interesting.
everywhere. Is my advocacy bad?
No, it's
Is
interesting. Very
interesting.
nice.
Would you mind voicing it for me?
Yes.
Okay, so there I have it. I've recruited an ambassador to my cause. Yes, every girl child should be able to access sanitary pads at least. The program is still Good Morning Abuja. Thank you so much for coming,
Thank you.
ambassador, and happy International Girl Child Day to you.
Thank you.
Yes. So quickly now, let's go on a short break. When we come back, there's still a lot on the program. Please stay with us. Welcome back to the show. It's still Good Morning Abuja. Yes, and like I want to keep reminding us, it's Friday. That means, of course, the weekend has started. Thank God it's Friday. How do you intend to spend your Friday? The evenings of Friday here in the capital city, Abuja, are usually very interesting. Red light districts, music, clubs, paparazzi, camera, lights, action. Everywhere there's something going on. And if you just let yourself go out there and enjoy the ambience of this beautiful city. Trust me, your Fridays will never be dull again. It's on that very, very refreshing note of what Friday could be like that. I would like to welcome our next guest on the show this morning. Officially now, entertainment has started. So permit me to say welcome to David Elumelu, aka David Ace Keys. You're welcome on the show, bro.
Yes. Welcome. Thank you.
Yeah. Abuja is a beautiful city.
It is
Share with us what your typical Friday is like.
activation. Activation.
Yeah, now I know you're a music producer, an artist, so naturally Fridays, Saturdays you're out there partying, bringing it to the people, giving them some of those things
Yes,
that you got.
sir.
And your fans, of course,
Yes,
they
sir.
won't let a Friday go dull for you. They
Yes,
want to
sir.
keep you engaged.
Yeah, exactly.
What is your Friday like? You could always get back to us on our feedback channel. But whatever your Friday is like, we want to say thank God it's Friday. Now, this morning, I and David will try to look at the Nigerian entertainment space. We want to look at the Nigerian entertainment industry. We want to look at all the amazing things that our artists are doing. Yes, and we have great, amazing artists. I like to think we have the best.
Yeah, we do.
We do.
In the
We
world,
do. We
yeah.
have the best in the world.
Of
David,
course.
the Nigerian music industry now, we are recognized globally.
Yeah, we are.
It's like if you need to do music now and you're not featuring in Nigerian music or incorporating in Nigerian sound into
Yes.
your music or in Nigerian dance
Yes.
or fashion
Yes.
into your music video
Done
or something,
nothing. Yes.
you've done nothing.
Yes.
Let's talk about that. How did we get to this place?
It has to do with time and consistency. First of all, we have to give props to the OGs such as Timaya, Two Face, like the whole Plantation Boys, Style Plus, The Bunch, Don Jazzy, those men. In fact, The Bunch was one of the people who took the Afrobeat sound, or let me just say the African music movement to another stage. I mean, he did something, him and Don Jazzy, they did this song with Snoop Dogg. Mr. Endown remix, if you can remember back then.
do.
So, I mean, it's just been step after step after step. Then, we have the likes of David Doe, Wizkid, Burner, now Rema,
Yeah,
taking it up there.
exactly.
And we say we're coming, so
Yes,
we
of
can
course.
still push it further. You
Of course.
understand?
It's just like you said, it started from the OGs.
Yeah.
There's a transition. If I have my way, I'd like to even go back way before the badge, talk about people like Junior, Pretty, Blackie, Zaki Azeh. Those guys are really, really got these things to our radio back in the days when to watch TV, you have to come and wait 30 minutes to just watch the color bars before the national anthem comes up at 4 p.m. But with how well we are doing now, uh, it seems like there's competition for who's the best.
I mean, I look at it as, in life, it's just the way you see things. I look at it as healthy competition
Okay.
because how would you know? Because we're all running a marathon at the end of the day. It doesn't really matter. Or how would you know you are doing well if you don't look to your left and your right?
And see who you're
You
running
think you
against.
say you're fast, but how fast are you in the race? You have to look at Usain Bolt. I mean, he had been training for years to run a 9 or 10 second race. So, and everybody he ran with, most people don't even know. Like a couple of big names that ran with him, but you only see Usain Bolt. So those ones now, they had to look to their left to look at Usain to know that I need to run faster.
Yes.
I need to run fast. I need to up my A game. So that's why I think competition is necessary
Exactly.
exactly in the music industry.
But there are concerns that this competition does not nosedive into, or at least we do not begin to see violence. Like we know, these are young bloods, and
Yes.
head they hot.
Yeah.
So
So
sometimes,
you know, at times it's um sometimes these issues are, like I said, it's good for the brand.
Mm.
Like now, if a certain artist comes and takes a shot at me, I'll first analyze. If I know this if I know the person personally,
Yeah.
I'll just tell him, "Oh, we gotta sit down, Joe. That's serious."
Mm.
No matter what it is, just like, or if I see if it's someone I don't really know, and I look at his following, I say, "Make I even see this one, sef."
And then you see,
And I see he's good. I could say something back.
yes.
Like,
Uh,
you
to get the
understand?
attention,
To
you
get the
clap back
attention, yes,
because you
like a
know
clap
he
back.
has substance. He's bringing
Yes,
something to
I
you.
mean, if you probably be a good enough artist or something, then I just give a clap back. Healthy competition. Now going to where you are, where what you was talking about,
Yeah.
the violence. Although people say some things they're not supposed to say, um, me personally, when I see it's heading towards it, I just shy away from it. I
Of
just
course.
leave it as it
That's a
is.
mature thing to do.
Yes,
But like I said sometimes head be hot,
yes,
and
bro.
some people just don't. How will I put it? Some people go too far, like we saw with the band, and I say with the band with Bonner, and of course, Happy or Sweet Darlington, as we said, with the whole police and everything. There are thin lines that you do not cross, whatever the situation is. But let's come back to our music now. Let's
Yes,
come
sir.
back to you, because
For sure.
you are a star of today, and
Yes,
so
sir.
you're on the spotlight today. We're
For sure.
celebrating you. Now let's just take a brief. Let's get to know you. How did
Yes,
this
sir.
whole thing start?
To be honest, I've always loved music as a young boy. Like my dad was a musician as
Oh
well.
wow,
He played, in fact, him, Raskimuno. Raskimuno is my uncle.
wow.
So I mean, they've been doing music. My dad used to bring fella back in the day, school in their school and everything. So I've always been surrounded around music.
Music.
Then he would take me to church. I'm a Catholic. We'd go to the Catholic church and I'd hear the hymns and everything. So like I was always around music. Then primary school, went to the music club. I always knew like that I was going to do this. It was either I was going to do play football or be a musician,
Hmm.
or probably be an astronaut. But that one didn't happen. But I mean, music and football,
Yeah.
and the music just stuck. And what was interesting was I would hear songs on the radio, and in my mind, I'm like, this, I like the way they did the instrumental. I really wish at this point something went this way.
Way. Or if only
If
they have
only,
put this
yes.
here.
The next thing, my dad has his keyboard. He left it, just went there. I was just playing around
Hmm.
with my siblings and friends. So I was just playing the keyboard because I started playing the keyboard at a young age. Then I was thinking because I love drums because those were my first instruments, and I was like, how can I add drums to this thing? Then I was just playing around, and I found something record. Then I just hit the record and I saw drums. I was like, I wish the drums would be playing like this. So I followed up through. Then the thing started playing back again, like looping.
Yes.
I was like, wow. It's like this is something. I think
Yeah.
this is finally like what I wanted to do, like match sounds, do this. And imagine someone 9 years old doing
All of
this.
that, and then you do something, and when it's looking back, you wonder, you're like I just did that.
I just did
Oh, I
that.
mean, that means I could do something.
Even my dad and his friends that used to jam, they never knew like the keyboard they had could loop sounds.
Hmm.
And when I played it and I saved it, when they came, they were like, what sound is that? I've never heard this thing before. I'm like, okay, I just did it myself. He said, how? How did you do it? The next thing you see a small boy with surrounded by grown men teaching,
Teaching them how to do
and
that.
I'm like, see these people that anytime they want to record, you chase me away.
It's really interesting when you as a young person get to be the one in charge to impart knowledge on the elder ones. Well, you see, I was going to now talk about the sounds you're creating now, and we'll get to discuss it and all of that. But before we do, there is a song that there's a song you have there, and I just want our viewers to follow up on the conversation by first watching this music video of yours. So let's watch this, and when we come back, you follow up on the conversation, and then you get to see why this artist is super unique. Stay with us. It's still good morning, Abuja. Welcome back, and yes, that was David Ace Keys there. You heard that this Agua that we get up. So this television station that David Ace Keys gets up.
Whether I like it or not.
Yeah.
I will get that. I will.
And of course, the Abuja musical space, David Ace Kids also get up. We follow get up. You when you watch us also get up. But Jay would deny them while working down. But before we do that, let's us interact more now. That was a beautiful song. I love the integration that you were able to do with the pidgin down to Hausa, and in fact, that was beautiful. The code switching, the interplay there you did it when you were doing the lyrics, like that was really good. Now, of course, this is not your only song. There, you have a lot of projects out there. Let's just talk about your journey now. Talking about the projects you have and how they are good, how they're doing, how you're going with them.
We thank God because um, I have this song with the Kabusa Choir.
Yeah,
Let me
the
not even
Kabusa Choir.
let me not even say I have this song. They have this song and they pull me on. Big shout out to the director Austin Khan. That's my brother. There's this song we did, a cover of Shwalabam.
Yes.
I don't know if you know Shwalabam.
Yeah, I do.
So we did a cover. Exactly. So we did the choir version.
Okay.
I produced that version with the Kabusa Choir, and it's so crazy how like I'll get into a club. I'll go like today's Friday. I might go. I might not go. I don't know. Like I get into the club, the DJs don't even know the owners of the song.
Yes.
Is around,
And they played it.
and they play it in the club. So that's a very crazy experience. Even having Muje, the chorus that you like so much was even written by Pharaoh 47. He's the artist I featured on there. But people don't really know because when they hear the song, they're like, okay, where's the part that Pharaoh and 99 sang? Like, what I did was, as Pharaoh did wrote the chorus and sang it single. So we now came together, we now voiced it. So I now did some ad libs. So people think it's me when it's really him.
Oh, I get it now.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, and I mean, the other artist I featured, 99, she did this vocal thing from the beginning to the end of the song, just back to back. Wonderful artist.
There's so much art in creating music. People just think it's just sitting on the keyboard and just they're just bringing in some drums and all. But seeing the creativity, how you're able to marry sound, how you're able to work on Pharaoh's own sound and playing 99 vocals and all of, and how that song came out beautifully. That's amazing. That's art. Beyond the song with Kabusa Choir and this Muje, what other projects do you have going on?
In fact, I myself and my guys La Hawks, Detail Made It and Skips TI. Those are my brothers. We just dropped a song. I'm not one of them. Not one of them. So you guys should go and check it out now. Not one of them. You understand?
Yeah.
So
Wow.
I mean, when we have songs like that, because I try to see how much music I can drop. I won't say recently because it happened 4 years ago. I lost a friend who we used to do music together, and I put it upon myself that I owe this guy to continue this musical journey, no matter how, even till I get to 60 years old. I just want to make music and drop music till God calls me, basically.
I can relate with that. My condolences to you.
Thank you.
And so rest peacefully. But that's a strong inspiration for you to want to keep going. But beyond the death of your friend, I'm sure there are other inspirations that drives the creative nature that you carry
Yes,
to
so
continue to bring us, we your fans, some music.
yes, so I mean, I want to give a big shout out to 247 Wavy Gang.
Okay.
Those are my people. That's my team of creatives like producers, mix engineers, creatives, and also my family at Eastbird. Because I signed a contract with them based off production distribution. So GBOG down to Skip Steer to Teddy Cruz. I don't know where he is. He's supposed to be in the studio, but he probably stepped out.
Yeah, probably somewhere.
They still one place. To the seed, everybody down to the Kabusa choir as well, because we've been working closely and all. So like just having such wonderful people around you. In fact, when God said, "Let us make man in our image and likeness."
Yes.
So when you see that image of like when you see them, you're seeing the image of God. Like you're seeing the beautiful things people can do. So that keeps me inspired. God keeps me inspired. So there's always more ammunition for my
That's true.
kala.
That's true. You heard him. And permit me to say shout out to people like Odumodu Black, real OGs like Magneto, and of course, people like Star Plus, and my
Yes,
own
so
very good friend, 6 Foot Plus, and all of those people who started this musical journey here in Abuja and continue to inspire great musical contents from Abuja here, and then
Yes, sir.
representing the North, and of course, sweating it out with the Lagos artists.
Yes, so
All to the glory of Nigeria, I'll say. So
yes,
it's
so
been such a pleasure having you on the studio. But before we go, usually I want you to just freestyle something for us now, so that today is Friday, so that
yeah.
we can be able to take that one and enter the club. Who knows? The DJ just might be inspired to run with us as we go. So just do something small.
I know even sound like an errand boy. I get one kilo wey dey give me joy. I still pull up like a moving van. Now we blowing up like a ceiling fan. All man dey vex. We just dey find money. All man dey stress. The bill dey too choke. E dey hold for neck. No be my fault say men dey press or wetin concern me. I'm not one of them.
We know the press, the only thing we will the press for here, our remote, and right about now, we say no press, don't change this down. It's 80 Abuja Channel 5. This is Good Morning Abuja. Stay with us as we go on the short break.